Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel and you haven't seen our faces before, my name is Hilary and this is my husband Matthew. We do videos once every 2 weeks, but we've been working very hard to do a video every week. We do lifestyle videos, we do vlogs, show you around our mundane little lives. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe, and if you are interested to see my everyday shenanigans, see things that keep me entertained on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle in the description box. So, before I started this video, I just wanted to show you these beautiful earrings. Hopefully you can see it. So it's actually made by my friend who started out a small little jewelry business. You can find her on Instagram at saltpepperwala. I will leave the link to her Instagram page down below. So she just started out this business and she's selling handmade jewelry. So do go over and show her some love and support this business of hers. Alright, so today we are gonna answer some juicy questions about our life. Okay, maybe not so juicy. Very serious questions about our love life. Because previously we asked on Instagram if there were any topics that you would like us to talk about. Some people actually shared that they were interested to know about relationships, interested to know about marriage. So I posted on Instagram to ask for questions about marriage, relationships, love. And you guys came back with many good questions. So today we'll be spending some time answering that. But because there are just so many questions, we will split it into two. We will answer more dating, pre-marriage related questions in this video, and you can look forward to the next video which will come next week, where we will answer questions more relating to our phase of marriage. To give a little context, the both of us have been together for 2.5 years. And we recently got married in April this year, so it's been about 6 months? 6 months?
6 months.
It's coming to 6 months. Actually, tomorrow is our 6-month sorry. Yeah, so we've been married for 6 months, and we actually did a little video on our wedding and how it went because we did it during COVID. So if you haven't checked out the video, you can check it out. I will slot it somewhere. I can't remember which side is it. So you can check it out there.
And the first question that we'll be asking, or we'll be answering, is how did y'all meet? How did we meet? We met in church.
So we met in church when I was fresh in university.
And I was still in university.
The dad joke's gotta go. Yeah, okay, he was already about to graduate. So we were in like the same, we call it life group in our church, but maybe some other churches are more familiar with the term cell groups. So that's how we met and became very good friends.
First and current impression of one another.
My first impression of him was that he was very serious. He was very fatherly. Okay, not fatherly, more like very like older brother, a bit like don't dare to approach kind, cause look a bit fierce and scary. Current impression, he is not serious. He's still very older brotherly figure to many people, I'm sure. But he's not fierce. Actually no. Sometimes he's quite fierce. He can be quite fierce, especially to people who are not very close to him.
Really?
No, wrong, sorry. He can be quite fierce to people who are very close to him. Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So I think my first impressions were pretty accurate.
My first impression of her was that she was very tall.
Fair enough.
Kind of true, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
Is that all?
First impression was like someone told me there was this tall girl joining my life group. I was like, okay, cool. And then when I finally met her, I was like, oh yeah, she tall. Yeah. What's your height?
I'm 1.77.
177. It's a full 7 cm taller than me.
If you all didn't already know, if you already can't tell from my videos, he is 10
7
cm.
cm.
7 cm shorter.
How did 7 become 10?
Sorry, I thought you were below. I thought you were below 1.7.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm 1.7.
Okay. Yeah, we're 7 cm apart, and I'm taller than him. Fun
Much
fact.
taller. Yeah. Current impression.
Tall.
Still tall. Still tall. Current impression. She's very sweet. She does a lot of sneaky things to surprise me and make me happy. Like cooking me food on the day that I go to work and I come home and there's like amazing food on the table already. Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, next question. When did you start liking each other? I think she started first.
No. We had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
So we realized that we liked each other about the same time.
About. Okay?
I didn't also want to compete.
She first.
I started liking him in about May, June 2017. Yeah? Okay, but it wasn't like I liked him. I was like, yeah, I'm sure that I like him. It was more like, oh, took notice of him. Pretty good looking guy, pretty good looking. And the funny thing is that before that, we were actually already friends for about 2+ years.
Yes, 2+.
And I have never found him handsome. Never. It was only like just one day suddenly I was like, oh, I already got open my eyes. So yeah, mine was around there, and then you were also around the same time.
Also around the same time. So at the point in time I was praying about finding a partner, and then she popped into mind, and I realized that I had never actually considered her either for the past 2 years plus of knowing her. Yeah, I just never considered her. Yeah, so that was strange, like when she kind of popped into mind, and I think I only started liking her in August the same year, around there. Yeah.
Really, man?
Yeah, this was what we talked about.
Fine, I give it to you.
It's just 3 months.
I win, I first. So you mean when you prayed, then you just marry?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the point in time, I didn't like you yet.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm quite
hadn't
sure.
considered, yeah. So I had no feelings or.
I think he was like, in fact, I think you were weirded out that
Yeah.
my name came to mind.
Yeah, I was like, Hillary? But she's tall.
Yeah. Next question. What do you like most about the other person? I like that he's fluffy.
Fat say fat.
Fluffy. Very huggable.
I am well-rounded.
All round. I think I like that he's very sensitive. Okay, but I think him being sensitive has its pros and cons. I think it's like a double-edged sword. As with most of our strengths, I think it can be a double-edged sword. But he's someone who is very sensitive emotionally, so he picks up on people's emotions very easily, and he also responds to people's emotions in a very empathetic and sensitive way lah. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah lor, I just feel like when you interact with him, you know that he is not trying to dismiss you. He attends to like what you're feeling. Yeah, and this is something that I notice not only just with me, but even with his peers as well.
What I like most about you, I think you've always had a heart for other people, which kind of shows in like the work that you do and how you relate to people around you. So I think it's something that I've always said. I don't know, but yeah, you always have a heart for other people, and you always bother to go the extra mile. I think for me, like sometimes I can tell what they're feeling and what they're going through, but there are a lot of times I'm just like I'm tired, But she always goes the extra mile even when she's tired. So that's really like the next level. Yeah.
Next one. One funny memory you all have of each other. Funny memory.
Funny memory. Okay, I got this. There was this one time, right? We were just about to like go into a serious argument, and like we were going towards a conflict and a fight, and we were walking, right, and then I turned around to her. I wanted to say something to her, but then like this leaf just dropped right between us, and I just burst. It was so funny. And so after that, we just didn't fight because the leaf just dropped.
I remember this. But because we were very close to each other already, there wasn't even that much gap between us. Then there was just literally
It was so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just didn't fight. And like we just resolved it.
We just laughed it off. Oh, okay.
Funny memory. I think I don't really have like any specific funny memories in mind. But there are funny things that he does.
I don't like where this is going.
So when he sleeps, right, you can talk to him. He will respond to you as though you're having a conversation, like a legit conversation. Then when he wakes up, he cannot remember anything. So I'm just like, wait, like you mean? So initially, like when we were first dating, then because sometimes when like we go over to each other's house, sometimes we take a nap before we like go about doing other things. Then like there was this one time I think when I talked to him, then when he woke up, I was like, hey, remember just now you said this is let's go and do it. Then he was like, got meh? I got say such a thing meh? Did I do it? Did I really say that? Then I was like, yeah. Then he said, oh, I must tell you that sometimes when I'm asleep, I can sleep talk and it sounds legit. And like, I will just forget about it. I don't remember.
So actually my parents have an issue with this because they'll be like if I'm taking a nap, they'll be like, man, let's go and have dinner. And I'll be like, okay, but I'll still be sleeping and I have no idea I had a conversation. and then they're like, why is he not getting up? You know, like it's time to go and everything. I'm just like, I didn't even register anything. I just said okay. Yeah.
And it happens now still, like, in the mornings especially.
Yeah.
The alarm will ring, I will say something, he will, yeah, I'm coming.
And I'll still be sleeping.
Next question. When did you know the other person is the one?
I think both of us don't really subscribe to the idea of there being like the one person that you are looking for, and once you find the person, it'll be a perfect fit and everything. For very simple reasons such as I don't think there will ever be a perfect fit because we are all messed up in our own ways, we're all broken in our own ways. So that said, you know, the way we go about, you know, looking for a partner and all that is never from the perspective of finding someone who completes me, but rather finding someone who can complement me. Yeah. So in that sense, perhaps the question would be better phrased as how do you know that this is a person that you can spend the rest of your life with? I guess.
Yeah.
For me, it really was seeing that within me, I love her and I'm willing to commit my life to this person to work out like differences and squabbles and all these things together with. And this person is someone I trust. I think that most of all was what gave me the assurance that okay, yeah, I'm okay to marry this person. I'm excited to marry this person.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he summed it up quite well. And I think just to add on to what he said about how we are not finding people who complete us, but we're trying to find people who can complement us. And I think, even if you think about it, you consider all your friends around you, your family, I'm quite sure that there are many people around you who can complement you. It's not like there's only this one person that can complement you, therefore he is the one. Yeah, so hence why we both feel that like there isn't this just one fixed person that you should be looking for kind of thing. So for me, I actually really agree with him. Like I think I'm quite similar. I felt like at that point in time he was someone that I really trust. His character is one that I can trust in lah. And I think seeing him interact with his other friends and his family, then I also get a sense of who he is like as a whole person. How would he be like in the context of how he treats like our future family, how would he treat my family, and like from there I realized that hey, this is someone who is reliable. Yeah, and I also felt like he was someone that I can commit to. I'm comfortable with with committing to him and understanding that like we will have to work throughout differences in our life, like for the rest of our life. I guess it also helps because like we are both rather like we have chemistry. Don't know how to explain it in words, but we click off. So I feel like that helps the process of working out differences, and in the long run things might change along the way, but that's fine. That's marriage, right?
Yeah.
That's commitment.
Alright. How was the dating phase for us? It was tough. It was really tough. We quarreled a lot. We fought a lot about the smallest things. And I think it was about learning to let go of the little differences and little squabbles, and to find places where we can compromise and support one another instead of trying to kill each other.
Okay, they escalated very quickly. Yeah, I think it was quite rough for us in a sense, but I do think that it wasn't because we couldn't complement each other, but rather I think individually we had our own expectations of what a relationship should be like, what the other person should be like in a relationship, like what our expectations of our partner like in that sense. So I feel like because of these expectations and not knowing when to let go of them, when to hold on to them, then I think as a result we had a lot of these arguments because a lot of times we were holding on too tightly to some of these expectations. So it was rough in that sense, and also because I felt like there were a lot of practical things that we had to work through in terms of especially our finances. We also shared a bit more in our Q&A video about our home journey. So I think that was something that was like a background stressor for us at that point. So in the 2 years when we were dating, that was something that surfaced quite a bit, and we had to struggle through it. And there were a lot of times that we had friction during that process.
And I think also it's very natural because it's two people coming together. There are a lot of differences, right? And there are a lot of mismatched expectations in that sense. So I think it's very normal for people to be working through these differences, and when like these arguments come up or differences come up, it's bound to cause a bit of tension and friction. And then through that process, we learn how to manage these differences. We learn how to work together with one another, how to compromise, and to understand where the other person is coming from. So I think it's a very natural part of the process. So if you are like going through a very similar patch and you are having quite a fair bit of disagreements with your partner, don't give up, work it through, talk it out, and especially guys, learn to communicate. I know it's tough for me. So I think the more we learn to communicate, the easier the relationship gets, and the building of trust, the building of how we manage conflict, how we resolve differences. Yeah, I think that improves over time.
Yeah, I was just about to say that actually, I mean, when we share it sounds very bad, but it was a very refining process, and I feel like now we are enjoying the fruits of that process that we went through, of all that arguments, learning how to work it out, bearing with the discomfort of having to quarrel and have disagreements. Yeah, so, but I mean, of course, there are good parts to our dating. There were many good parts to our dating journey.
What was the biggest quarrel you all had?
I don't really think that there was like one biggest quarrel.
Yeah.
It was just many small quarrels along the way, and I think one of the issues that we had was that we tend to blow up a lot of small issues. Like I think because both of us are very sensitive, like what I said just now, the sensitivity is like a double-edged sword. I think it actually played out a lot during these disagreements. So both of us are very sensitive. So actually, we probably might have already reached a resolution to the issue that we were disagreeing about. But then we still very sensitive towards one another's like emotions. And we're like, "Are you okay?" Then he's like, "Oh, are you okay?"
So I think you kind of described that situation as walking on eggshells.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of tension. We're not very sure what's going on.
Yeah.
But technically, we've already talked through what we wanted to talk It's just that we're still very anxious about being around one another, and it's a little bit like
anxious about what the other person is thinking, whether that person really feels okay with you. So as a result of that, then I feel like a lot of the little arguments blew up to like more than it should have been lah. So biggest quarrel, I don't think there was really one particular one, just here and there.
Next question. What made you want to pursue a relationship?
I feel like this is a very good question because recently I was just having a conversation with my friend about how I think because we are at that age where a lot of people are getting attached, getting married, settling down, but there are also a handful of people who have not who are not attached, and I think we tend to have this mentality that like they are in this because they haven't find the right person yet. But honestly, not everybody wants to pursue a relationship. Not everybody. I mean, that's just not something that everybody wants lah. So this question is good in the sense that I feel like it's something that all of us should think about, because we don't just pursue the relationship for the sake of pursuing it. Rather, just as how you intentionally don't pursue a relationship, I think there should also be clarity and intentionality as to why you want to pursue a relationship. So when I saw this question, I was actually like, yeah, this is a very good question.
It's a good question to ask yourself, I guess. Because I think for us, we have our reasons why we would like to pursue a relationship, and so when we entered the relationship, it made things a lot more clear. Yeah, it wasn't like, do I really want this? Am I really like do I even want to get married? No, I think we were already very clear that we do want to get married. So why I want to pursue a relationship is really because I see value in doing life together with another person, and you know, being so close to another person. I think that is something that is very beautiful, and I find that love in a married couple is something that is beautiful and something that I want to experience as well.
Quite similar. I think one thing is that companionship. I think having a lifelong companionship is something that is very beautiful. It's a very big blessing for me. Then I also feel that like what you said, love in a marriage is it can be quite it can induce a lot of growth. It can spur you on to really build your character, because I think there are a lot of times when you have to make sacrifices, make compromises, and these are things that maybe you might not experience if you don't really come into such close contact with another person. So I think it's very similar to love in a family. Like, I mean, technically we are family, right? So I mean, with your parents, with your siblings, I think this is something that we also experience there. But in a marriage, you also experience it, and in different aspects. And I felt like that was something that has value to me. I feel because I think maybe more in a faith aspect, I feel like that has value to in terms of building my own faith and helping me to grow to become more selfless in my love, the way Jesus would love people. So that's it for the questions relating to pre-marriage stage kind of life. We hope that this little question and answer was refreshing for you. Hope that we brought about some new perspectives as well with regards to relationships.
Yeah, and we hope, like, if you're just trying to get to know us and all that, we hope this was fun for you. We hope that you enjoyed, you know, our little sharing kind of talky thing. If you'd like us to do more of this, do let us know in the comments down below.
So we'll be doing a part 2 to this series where we'll be answering questions more related to marriage life. So do keep a lookout for that video that will be coming in next week. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe so that you will know when we upload that video. And in the meanwhile, stay safe and take care. Bye!